Guess what? Some people are keeping a pandemic secret while working from home. They've taken on a second full-time job and are working both at the same time. Tom Gimbel with the LaSalle Network is joining us to talk about this emerging trend. Tom, thanks for joining us again.
Well, I got to tell you, this article in the Wall Street Journal that you're mentioning about employees doing two jobs simultaneously. This is, during the 8 to 5 workday, people are doing two jobs and six-figure jobs at that. You have a story just now about a guy trying to keep his bookstore alive in Pilsen. And then you've got people making six figures that are trying to double dip. And what happened to the morals in this country?
Well, I was going to say, morally that sounds wrong, but legally is that wrong?
Well, legally, it depends if you have an employment agreement or not. However, where you get into a moral/legal dilemma is if you're supposed to be doing a job at a certain amount of time per week. If your offer letter says you're going to be working 40 hours per week and you're not putting in that time, then you are doing something that somebody could determine to be illegal. However, it's hard to pursue that and push that. It just comes down to a standpoint of morals of there's nothing wrong with, we have people in this country that are the talk of minimum wage that go from one job to another at night and work two jobs, two different shifts to support their families. God bless those people. Now we've got people that are making six figures and during the same workday, they're doing two jobs at the same time. I mean, this has got to be one of the most ludicrous, inappropriate, immoral acts. And the worst thing about that article in the Wall Street Journal, Micah, is that it actually had tips for how to do it and succeed at it.
Yeah,
it doesn't get any worse than that.
Well, COVID has put a different face on the workforce. A lot of people, especially millennials or maybe even younger than that, well, they're saying that they don't even want to try to build a career because it may not work. Who knows how long COVID will last? It may be with us forever. So they want to try to do two or three things at one time. I mean, I don't know if they could do it in a mediocre way or if they can do them both well. I mean, it's hard to do more than one thing well at the same time.
Yeah, you know what? I want to go out for dinner and I want to have a little hamburger, a little pizza, a little pasta. The problem is most restaurants don't make all three all that good, and I get sick after I eat it. It's the same thing in what we're talking about. You have to put your mind to something, focus, and get better at it. And to say that because of COVID and you can work from home, that morals and rules don't apply anymore, maybe that's the reason we need to go back into the office. Maybe that's the reason we need to have kids back in school. Maybe that's the reason we need to have more conformity, not less.
But Tom, not all folks with $600,000 jobs are doing this. There are some people who are, don't have a lot of money, low income, and they're doing this to make more money.
What those people tend to be doing, Mike, is those people are working two shifts, two jobs. What this article is specifically about, and the point is people doing two jobs at the exact same time. Running two meetings at the same time, managing their calendar so they don't have one meeting at the same time as a meeting from a different job.
But let me ask you this, okay, article aside, what do you think about someone who doesn't have a lot of money doing two things at one job, maybe a telemarketer and maybe helping United Airlines with people, making reservations? What's wrong with that?
I think doing two jobs at 50% will end up getting you fired, and you won't get better at either one. I think we went through a thing 3, 4, 5 years ago about the gig economy, and everybody was really hot for the gig economy until they realized there was no unemployment insurance, there was no benefits. People got sick during COVID. There was no unemployment benefits to happen, and then they complained about it. So where are we at in this whole situation? I just think people want to have their cake and eat it too.
Tom, speaking of cake and eat it too, I think the doggy wants to eat. Thank you so much. Always lovely talking to you. You're just so animated. I love it. Tom Gimbel with LaSalle Network.
I need to get back to the office tomorrow for this, Micah, because this dog is really killing me doing two jobs at one time of managing a household and working. So next Monday I'll be back in the office.
Yeah, leave it to your wife to do it. Okay. Thank you, Tom.